Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome into the channel. Welcome to Noel's Tarot, or welcome back to Noel's Tarot. This is not your first time here, but if this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome to the Late Night Tarot. As you can see by the day, I ain't gonna hide nothing. It is definitely daytime, but I'd be doing these readings at night and then be like, I'm gonna post it for the late night, and then it gets posted in the early morning. That's not the same thing. I don't want to be giving false advertisement out here. So I'm gonna try to record this one earlier and keep that consistent. But either ways, welcome in. Very excited to be here. Happy to see you guys, even though I can't see y'all, but y'all can see me. So happy we're all here. Yeah, this is the Late Night Tarot. We're going to be doing the general spread where we look at your past, we look at your present, we look at the advice for you, and then we look at the future outcome possibly for everything. But yeah, this is the Late Night. For you guys, hopefully if I post this in the right time. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. I know the full moon is today, just specifically February 5th. Full moon in Leo. I thought the full moon was like 3 days ago because the moon's been looking full for like 3 or 4 days, and that's just Leo energy in general. So, but that might come into some sort of an account. That might be cool to notice or look at. Kind of move that. But yeah, so looking at your spread with the Hermetic Tarot. Last night I did it where it was just the tarot. I didn't clarify anything, so we might stick with that. It depends on how I feel once we get through there. But Hermetic Tarot to do your reading. But before and after, I liked what we did where we started with the Wisdom of the Oracle and we ended with the Wisdom of the Oracle. So one on the beginning, one in the end. We used to do that a lot during the channel. Now I'm doing the burping thing, so we must be ready to start. But yeah, let's get into this. So very exciting to see you guys. Hopefully you guys can see them. If you're watching this on February 5th, like tonight, hopefully you guys see the full moon. It's gorgeous, and it's like in Leo, so of course it would be gorgeous. What am I shuffling the Hermetic for? We gotta start with the Wisdom. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, put on the notifications, and go get a drink of water if you can. I don't know. It's been a long day, so my brain's already in the late night mode, if you know what I mean. Like daytime readings are like a little bit more. I can speak a bit better, but late nights I'm like babbling, as you can tell. Either ways, let's see what's up. Wisdom of the Oracle, you guys know this one? I love the late night readings, they're fun. Alright, so what do we have from the Wisdom of the Oracle for you guys? For your general energies. Breathe. That's fucking hilarious. That's literally, I need to turn up this mic so I can. That's fucking hilarious because I literally had to breathe before I started this. I was just really frustrated and angry at myself and tripping over things and being clumsy. So I think that's just funny. It's breathe. What's up? What number is that? 29. I like that. I like that number. Meditation. Peace. Let me read that real quick for y'all. Since it is a late night, we got some time to chill. I'm looking for page 29. That is not the same as the card number. 26, 30, 29, breathe. All right. The essential meanings are patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. The message of this card is patience is in all things and is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Sunlight and darkness, it's kind of close to what we're talking about with the little late night reads. But then we also talk about the element of air for some reason in that. So definitely like the mind is important to like breathing helps you get oxygen to your brains. You can chill sometimes. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. I thought that was an interesting way of saying that. I don't know, to draw something, to create something, to put it on, to, utilize your tools to create something, right? So very magician energy a little bit. But then I'm reading all these extra things, but the one that hit me the most was what do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Big moon energy, like when you're in the darkness and there's like a little bit of light, you start running, you might trip, you might fall. Me personally, even if I slow down, I'm gonna trip and fall on something just because of my natural clumsiness. But it's beautiful to have that message of like slow down, take your time. I'll put that right there. And it's blue, the late night feel, but it's a very light blue, so it's not as heavy. I like that. Okay, let's get into the Hermetic Tarot and see what's up. I hope you guys are feeling okay. I haven't said that in a while. I think you guys have been probably doing pretty good, but I do hope you guys are feeling okay, feeling well. Okay, so where are you guys in the past? Which one is calling to me? Which one is calling? It's like 2 cards here. This one first. The Page of Pentacles, but I can't deny. Oh, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. I like how the energy matches up with the Pentacles. Why does it feel like you're holding? Like, why does that feel like the moon? And why do these feel like moon cycles now? They almost feel like moon phases now, like new moon. Like they're not, like it doesn't look like that, but it feels like if there was like 100% like a full moon, and then like divided into 4, you got 0, 25, or 25, 50, 75, 100. Can't math apparently. But in the past, let me try to actually read what this means, because it just feels like you're holding the moon, as in like you're holding, like you're harnessing the power of the full moon. You know what I mean? Which in a sense could be like not containing, but the balance of like the full moon may make you emotionally volatile, but instead you're taking that energy and transmuting it into something that would be actually very beneficial. Because 90% of the people on this planet utilize energy in the wrong way. Specifically for Pentacles, people in the, like, think of a car that has 4 wheels. Motherfuckers be driving like crazy on full moons. I've never seen days where there's worse driving, and I've watched it consistently. Regular days, people just drive like idiots. Normal, that's cool. On a full moon, people drive like they're actually intending to hit you, and I can't stand it. But this is cool because in the past, it feels like 4 of Pentacles, the page. It feels like maybe there were 3 of Pentacles working together. Like, think of a watch where the cogs come into motion, things start moving, things start connecting. But the 4 is like the search for more, and the page would be the one to search for that extra pentacle. So it could be like 3, and then you got that 4th one, or maybe you're looking for the 5th one on your own. Like it could be either way. What I feel here though is like standing in your power, even with the page being new, open to listen, being vulnerable, but still like, I keep looking at how they're covering their chest. And that is, what side is that on? That's the heart. So like, right, not letting your emotions take control of like we're talking about this vehicle, not letting your emotions take control of this vehicle, but somewhat more observing, and then processing, transferring that to a brand new opportunity. And even look at that flower, like that's growth, that's blossoming. I think that's awesome. Page of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles in the past. We may not clarify because I really want to get into this energy. That's Capricorn. I said that's Cap right after I said that, so I really might clarify something. Capricorn. And this is Taurus, so I just feel like that's the youngest sign, and then like Capricorn is like the wisest, not wisest, the oldest earth sign, just in the relation to where they sit in the chart. So Four of Pentacles is your vehicle, and this is the wisest sign. This is the matured version of what you're doing. And Page of Pentacles is like supposed to be the youngest in a sense. It feels like you might be a young energy, but with a lot of knowledge. Young energy with a lot of power. But like just youthful. But like what you've gone through is like a personal journey of... It's at the bottom. I'm always like, what the fuck is at the bottom? Because I really don't want to see much. Oh, that's a sun in Capricorn too. I didn't notice that was a sun. So, utilizing the daytime to build something. And now even the Page of Pentacles is surrounded by, it looks like, darkness coming in. So this could be telling you more about that breathe energy. Like you've built your opportunities the way you want to. And you're building on them, and you're being consistent. So stay consistent. I'm thinking Taurus energy. Now I'm thinking the song "Keep It Up" by Rex Orange County, but in general, listen to Rex Orange County. They're great. But I'm thinking keep it up with the Four of Pentacles, like a car. Like keep the wheels in motion. Keep pushing for more stability, more opportunities. Keep pushing for. Ooh, fuck my mic. Oh, my mic even says breathe on the side, breathe deeply. You can't see it because it's being wacky, but it's okay. Sorry. Sun in Capricorn sounds like fruition. It sounds like growth. Like, cause like that's the wisest sign, the oldest one, and the earth progression, and the sun is like growth. So it's just like full growth. Something came to a full, and with the full moon, it makes a lot of sense. Like something came to fruition, something grew, matured. And now it's like you shed skin and you're going off to find you're going through a new opportunity. It just looks like a shield too. So whatever it is, you're protected. As long as you breathe and as long as you continue to work. So, observe, process. Don't try to take, I guess, too much external action before you do some internal processing. So process first, then take action. And that's funny because the King of Wands is at the bottom. He's probably the one who needs this advice the most, because King of Wands is just very impulsive, very it's fire. Oh no, it's earth fire. My bad. But he feels very fire. I'm gonna sneeze. Alright. And that's funny, because King of Wands, earth fire, that's receptivity, and then that's action. So right, literally like earth, receive the nutrients you need, plant yourself somewhere, plant yourself where you're needed, and then process, grow, and then move from there. Basically, I think. Okay, so where is everybody in the present? Where's everybody in the present moment? Well, alright then. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I kind of am. We got the Ten of Cups. I do like it. Ten of Cups I wouldn't expect to come out so early. It doesn't usually come out at all, really. But I mean, that's just me talking. Ten of Cups, that's Mars and Pisces. Action based off of faith. But also the Ten of Cups is just a loving, nurturing place. It's like the Nine of Cups would be a loving, nurturing place too. But imagine Nine of Cups is like dancing with yourself. I love that song. So dancing with yourself, very happy, very stable. Like imagine like you got your favorite song playing, favorite whatever playing in your headphones, and you're just like in a room. 9, think Herman. So like you're in your space, but you're very happy, very abundant in that happiness. This is 10 though. So it's not just you, it's a community, it's people, it's family, it's friends, it's loved ones, relationships, very spicy. Where you are now is really good. I said we ain't gonna clarify, but I'm gonna have to figure out why the Ten of Cups is here. What's at the bottom? The Five of Swords, that's why the Ten of Cups is here. Oh my god. Five of Swords is Venus and Aquarius, so your values. And with Aquarius, Aquarius is a very watery air sign, and you'll know that from the star. They're not watery by nature, but like I think they utilize that water and learn and grow through it, separating the water and all and such, and then giving out to the humanity, giving out to people. So maybe 5 of Swords, Venus, or your values based off of like maybe your humanitarianism. 5 of Swords, maybe it's like, because this is Lord of Defeat, so maybe you felt defeated in a sense, where like all your efforts maybe, and all like, not just your efforts, but with Venus is for internal, so your efforts to yourself, your values, your commitment to self in a sense. It feels like you were definitely probably more committed to others than you were committed to yourself, and that's like not a bad thing, because it's very nice to be able to be committed to others. But I feel like that, like if the star poured out all the water for everyone else and then went to go get a drink and there was nothing left, everyone else would be hydrated, but then the person, you yourself, you'd be out of water, you'd have no water to drink, you'd be parched, you know, which is a good feeling for them, but then what does that do for you, you know? And now when they need water and you're no longer able to like give it out because you have no more, I don't know, that's what the defeat feels like. But it doesn't feel like you were defeated in that sense. It feels like you were defeated and then through a learning process found out how to give that back more to yourself, because the 10 of Cups is here, and that's definitely how you got there. Taking action based off of the duality, like the fairness in it, the balance in it. Fish swimming in opposite directions, it feels like. Maybe doing one thing your whole life, giving, feeding others, and then being like, actually we're gonna take it back a bit, and then like you start feeding yourself. Obviously when you feed others in that sense, like you can see the return, like you can physically see other people and how they give back to you, right? Or you can see, like, even, you know, like you can see it physically when you give to others and what they, and how like thankful they are, right? So that's more of like action based off of like the physical side. But the 10 of Cups is saying this is a reward based off of your action, based off of your faith. Like with Pisces, it's belief, it's water, it's more emotion, it's feeling, it's not anything physical. So you're feeling your faith, your inner sight, you know, you took action on that, even if like, because you're taking care of other people. Oh, it's getting darker, thank God, I love it. It really is a late night. Even if you couldn't see, you know, when you're taking care of people and you can see how it comes back, so you take it around, go back, take it a step back, and actually start feeding yourself. You may not initially see the product from that, because it's commitment, it's trust, it's faith. It's like, it takes time to build. It's a process in a sense. It's not like you just see the results in one day, you know what I mean? But you still took action, you still moved forward. And even look at that, look how in this Pisces one, the fish are super close to each other, but then as you move down, as you continue, they're like a little more apart. I take that in 2 different ways, you know? Like as you go through the cycle, you expand those fish, they're able to move a little more freely. But even if you're going upwards, it's like maybe doing that, feeding other people made you very distant in a sense. Maybe I feel Queen of Cups where it's like giving it all out. And then like now you're like upset because so many people have your energy and like you can't help yourself. But it's like, it could make you frustrated or angry, but I mean at the end of the day, it's more of definitely like, if you don't want to give it out, the Queen of Cups has to learn, no, I'm not going to give out this energy just to help, because like when the Queen of Cups does get angry, it can make them distant emotionally from others, right? But as you move up the ladder, as you move up your knowledge, you learn more, you start to give to self more, you can get a lot closer to people, because you have more trust in yourself to not like give all of it away. And I don't know, this built a really beautiful 10 of Cups. At first I was like, I don't know what this 10 of Cups means, because it's so like big to just come out for your present, but I don't know. And it feels very Pisces too, where it's like the end and the beginning. It's like you go up that and then it flows back down, and then you build some more up and it flows back down. It's self-feeding and self-fulfilling as long as you take care of yourself. And as long as you continue to take action. Five of Swords, still at the bottom, Jesus. Okay, so, I mean, I don't know if y'all need it, but everyone does. So what's your advice, I guess? What's your advice? Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. That's crazy. Ooh, speaking of that Pisces energy, and I told y'all, I was like, there's not a lot of like majors that like when that one major came out. What was that one? Shit, it might have been. I don't know. Man, it was in another reading, but it's okay. But the High Priestess, she's one. He or she or they is one archetype that definitely comes out quite often, which is, and I said it was interesting because it's the High Priestess, the hidden behind the veil, but it feels like I'm reading for people who are behind that veil, you know? So I'd be like, you are behind that veil, so you definitely understand, at least for the most part. And if you don't understand, what the High Priestess does is she breaks it down until she does, or they break it down until they do understand, you know? It's like an item that's broken, and so you take it apart, and then you realize where it's broken, and then you fix it, so now you can take it apart, put it back together all over and over again, right? That's sort of the High Priestess in my brain, in a sense. Just one aspect of the High Priestess. Your advice, though, is to definitely, like, commune with the divine. Does that sound weird? But, you know, like, meditation, with the breathe part, like meditation, like, it can sound so boring to be like, yeah, have a relationship with yourself, have a relationship with the divine. And I know it sounds so boring, and sometimes when I'm out of this space, I don't even listen to myself. So I'm like, have a relationship with myself? No, I want a person, I want a physical person, I want a hug, I want a kiss. But it's like I said last night, like, it's not gonna, it's like we said about the Ten of Cups, if everything that flows up and flows down is what you give to it. So what comes back down is what you gave to it when it went up. So it's like, if you want a bountiful relationship to flow to you, you're going to have to give that up to the divine, if that makes sense. Like, maybe you don't want a relationship, but I don't know. The point here is, in general, no matter what you do, to stay connected to yourself and what it is that you believe in. Maybe doing things behind the veil. And what I mean by that is, like, not letting everyone in exactly on what you're doing, but not even just to, like, hide it or anything, but it's because, like, it's like the focus, it's the intenseness. It's like, even, like, look at the moon, there's not a lot of light. So this person is working on something that not a lot of people have an awareness of or even understand, but you understand it, or at least you're trying to, you're trying to figure out how it works so you can build a better version of whatever it is you're trying to create. So that takes time, it takes focus, and it takes, like, deep trust and connection with yourself. Because then once you start building a relationship, it takes deep trust and focus and a commitment to be committed to someone else, even in situations where it may seem darker and there's not a lot of light. So definitely this is a time for self-reflection and self-work. But just being, like, not even just that, but, like, it feels very, I don't know why I feel so Venus-y, but it just feels like falling in love with yourself. I don't even know if that sounds boring or weird, but it really is, like, a really good feeling. And with the Ten of Cups here in your present, like, there's not even, like, a shred of a doubt at all. Like, there is a community around you and loved ones around you. So there will be, like, physical, there are relationships, there's, like, communication, there's, like, you're reaching out to more than just yourself. I feel like that's why the advice is, like, strengthen that with yourself, because it feels with the Four of Pentacles, it feels like before I was asking you guys to, like, start a connection with yourself, but this now feels like now the ball is moving, you actually grab that connection. Now the High Priestess is telling you to strengthen it, keep it moving, because now you've got the Ten of Cups, a loving community and relationship, and you've got the High Priestess, where it's your commitment to yourself. And now, in order to keep the momentum going, to keep the car rolling, to keep the gas in the car, if you want to put the gas in the car, you got to put the gas in it yourself. So that's just definitely what is here, But it's so good because once you put the gas in the car, you can drive you and your loved ones around. It's a really weird example, but I mean, I hope you know what I mean. It starts with you, But there is a beautiful community around you that you'll be able to share that with, you know. But imagine you go out and you start to share it, and I'm not dogging anyone because my car doesn't even work right now. But imagine you go and you're like, yeah, let's hang out, and then like everyone says, yeah, they want to hang out with you, or like your significant other wants to hang out, and you're like, yeah, I'll come pick you up, right? And you're like, you're ready to go pick them up, and then you go out to your car, things on E, empty, no gas. Yeah, chances are you're not going to be able to do that, you know. That's a really simple example, but it's like, that's the point. It's something that seems so boring and so complicated sometimes, but the simplicity, like it's like Pisces in a sense. With that Ten of Cups, it's like it can seem like such a weighted, full sign, but honestly, the simplicity in it is truly like the key. You know, like putting gas in your car, although it may take, you know, money and time to go to the station and all that stuff. Truly, like once you put it in there, you're set with gas for like maybe a week, maybe less. You know, probably less with the way like gas prices and shit be. You know. But that's what I'm saying, the simplicity of just being able to and I think that's what stops it. Like, it's like, since it is so simple and it right in front of our faces, sometimes we're like, I don't know if I want to do all that. But then once you do it, once you really just release and let go and do like that one simple thing to really show that you're committed to keeping your car going, you have something that really feeds back to you. It gets you from place to place. It can be a place of comfort. I know my car is a huge place of comfort. Y'all know that too. Y'all be seeing the readings if you've seen any more on this channel. But I don't know. Very cool. Relationship yourself. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles. Whatever that's about. I didn't get anything from that card, so we'll keep going. All right. Ooh, damn, the Magician. He wanted to show it. That's what it was in the other reading. Oh, look at them together. That's a badass duo for real. Because one's got the knowledge and the key, and then one's got like just the tools ready and available. One knows how the tools works. One has them and can just use them at whim. It's and look what's in between them. Spirit. So this could be you and like a person, like you in a relationship. But that is like the most important key involved, is that spirit in between. I don't know. But yeah, that was a Magician in the other reading where it was like, oh, he don't come out much. And I'd be like, he probably just busy, probably just doing the Magician, doing what he do. And then he came out. That was funny. Okay. So that was your advice. So what is your potential future outcome? I don't know where we could go from here, but... very interesting. There's the Devil at the bottom. Okay, you got 2. Oh, 3. Is that 4? That's just... because the one was flipped over in the top. Okay. Very interesting. It's the Knight of Pentacles. It's the 3 of Cups. And on the bottom of that was the 5. So we'll look at that in its entirety. 3 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles were the first 2. Abundance. Tending to your gardens. Continuing to cultivate. What was the 5 about then? Mars and Scorpio. Cleaning something out. Ooh. Oh. And there's a Devil at the bottom. Self-reflection. So cleaning something. Oh, 3, 3, 3, 3 on the counter. Crazy. The Knight of Pentacles definitely goes through the field. Takes its time. I like that. We had that in the Breathe. Take your time. Slow down. It takes its time to tend to the garden. So while they're, and very King of Swords, so while they're like putting things in, they're also cutting out old weeds, cutting out old, things. And I believe that that's what helps to feed the abundance, keeps it flowing naturally. because otherwise it would start to die from all the extra around it. There would be no more growth. So the Three of Cups is growth, and Knight of Pentacles is creating that growth. I don't even feel like talking about the Five of Cups because I feel like that's what the Five of Cups is. Like it looks ouchy. I'm so sorry for that. I will talk about it because I feel like Spirit wants me to. But coming from the Ten of Cups to the Five, it's just like that's interesting. Oh, you might be coming into like a self time, because 10 to a 5, but like, oh my God, it's not like the Five of Cups normally. And that's why I like these late nights, because it's a wackier feeling, but it's more honest to be truthful. Like it feels like a more honest thing than me trying to like read normally. Because I don't know, it's a lot less, it's a lot more uninhibited. I'm able to be a lot more, I don't know. But it's like, because it's not like the specific card definition, but it is what I feel. That's why I like the moon energy a lot. Because there are really a lot of ways to read these cards, and with this, and I like to think of the elements and aspects, it's like Mars, and then we have Scorpio. It's taking action, and then Scorpio is like transformation. So it's transformational action you're taking, but in a sense, it's like death to the old and life to the new. So that's why I like the Knight of Pentacles here, because that's what he does. It tends to, it deads that old, the old garden, the old weight, cuts off the old weight, and at the same time it's growing new things, being protected. Definitely, I see that spirit right there. But coming into an abundant space, and if I see Five of Cups and a Knight of Pentacles in the middle, and then he comes to the Three of Cups, that feels very Eight of Cups, because that's literally 8 right there. But like, if you're leaving behind, because 3 is a number of like birth and creation, like the Empress. And 5 is like the number, I guess, of like the Hierophant, so your beliefs, your structures, your individual spirituality, and then like the rules, regulations, structures, ideals, religion. Leaving an old structure, you're taking a huge action. I don't know what that is yet, but it feels like something. It feels like something you're leaving behind an environment with this, like the things you're cutting out. The Five of Cups is like you're leaving behind something that not that you regret, but like it has like a lot of emotional weight to it. It has like a lot of weight that's holding you down, that's making you sad, and even the star is pointed downwards. So maybe like you lost hope within this situation, which is a really sad thing. But I think I love that, because Knight of Pentacles, it's like, okay, I'm getting back up, I'm moving again. And then this is the Three of Cups, where you're headed an abundant space, and I think that's what you deserve for being able to move through that. And I mean, this is the Eight of Cups. Knight of Pentacles moves to the 9, so I feel like you're just cultivating your environment with the Three of Cups. The 3 is also a number of environment, your outreach, your connection. I think 3 doors down. Is that a band? But like literally like three doors down, like in a neighborhood. That's like you, not even just your neighbor, but you reaching farther beyond that. So it's like, because you moved past what made you really upset, what made you lose hope, got up, found your hope again. You're going to something that's abundant. You're reaching out. You're moving forward, and you're cultivating like a good like community. 3 is also like a number of community creation. C's number 3. It's like very synchronistic, very Empress, honestly. And Empress is a 5. The letter E. Empress is not the 5. Empress is a number 3 in the tarot. Sorry, let me clarify. But the word Empress, the letter E in the beginning, is the number 5 in the alphanumeric like thing, like A, B, C, D, E. Just to clarify, because I feel like I'm rambling, but so it's interesting because the Empress is 3, but her letter starts with a 5. And so I think of that, the Empress is very nurturing and such, very loving, the feminine. It's still like the feminine aspect, but still like in the outer space, like nature and stuff like that. she's in nature and she's nurturing. That's a very beautiful balance. But I feel it's cool because like maybe you were in that position where you're just nurturing again with the Page of Pentacles and such. You're nurturing a lot of people around you. The Knight of Pentacles is a huge like I believe one description called the Knight of Pentacles like the knight who comes in to save the damsel in distress. So it's very like, because it's very like stable, committed, grounded, and can really like stabilize things for other people. So maybe that was like your job, but it didn't fulfill you. It made you lose hope in like truly connecting, maybe because you were just sort of like not a hero, but like a, I don't know, you had a specific job and it wasn't about love. It feels it was more so about like the earth, like the energy, the currency, the transaction, you know. And I think this Three of Cups is a lot better to where you're going because it's abundant, it's connected, it's what you want, it's what you're looking for. I do like that. I was gonna pull another card to be like, I don't really get what that's about, but honestly, I dig it. I dig it. The Devil at the bottom. I do like that. I'm looking at this and it just reminds me of like the northeast, southwest for some reason. So I don't know, choosing a direction to go in. Me too, because I'm like, do I clarify or do I wisdom of the oracle? I love the late nights. We're here for a time. Hopefully this won't take too long to save, or we won't take too long to go through it, but I'll clarify. But what deck do I want to use? Do you see my decks back there? Oh, you can't see it on the screen. I got a new table for my decks. The archetypes are staring me in the face. Y'all see that? We're in the late night. Although I could have recorded this earlier, I just really had a bunch of issues. Ooh, the Queen. We'll clarify fast because I don't really know much about this deck too much, and I don't want to spend forever, but I know that we're chilling, so hopefully you're chilling too. Okay. So in your past, Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the Thread. Crazy. Look at what they're doing, how they're holding that stick to pull down the veil. Look at that hand doing the same exact thing. Holding on to people is what I first heard. Like holding on to things that made you, with the Four of Pentacles, made you feel stable. So maybe if it was people, environments, things where like the transaction was like, yeah, this makes me feel comfortable, stable, like holding on to that could have been a factor. But then also I see like the thread is about pulling the thread, pulling something down, pulling down this dark space, and then bringing in that light, that rainbow, you know. So and who else would do it but the Page? Who else would do that? Correct the mundo. So I like that. It's like removing that veil too. Like maybe you brought awareness to it of like, yeah, I realized how much I'm giving out my energy and I need to take this back in a sense. But also, what number is this card? That's 50, 60, 70. A journey, a learning process with the Page of Pentacles, learning process. And if I think of a thread, you pull a thread out of a shirt and like it pulls one part of the shirt. You keep pulling that thread, keep pulling it, the whole shirt's going to come off. Kind of reminds me of the Page with like no shirt on. So maybe having pulled that, maybe being dressed up in a certain demeanor, a certain outfit, a certain way of living. And then you're like, actually, this, like you saw like a piece that was hanging off, a piece that didn't fit the picture. And it was like, actually, I don't know. Like you didn't like the way you were dressed up in the situation. So pulling the thread and continuously pulling left you naked, vulnerable, because you got to the core of like who you really are. Sun in Capricorn says like, again, oh, the Devil, Sun in Capricorn. The Sun in Capricorn in this one tells me that like you know yourself in a sense, but also Capricorn can be a very responsible sign. So even if you do know yourself, you can feel and this earth is receptive. You can feel very probably receptive and responsible for other people, and I feel like pulling that thread off reveals like who you truly are, and now you're living in that, you know. So it's no more of like faking the funk of like, oh, taking care of others, responsible for others. It's like, it's more so in the trueness of like, I will take care of others, but it has to feed me back, and also at the same time I've got to feed myself first. Just with that Page of Pentacles and the thread in the past. But in the past, that definitely just seems like being in a darker space. And even with this journey energy of the 70, it's like now, since you know yourself and you're going off on your own journey, it's gonna be a bit darker for a sec. So that's why that's what it may have felt like. But I mean, it feels like that 15 energy of like, it comes to of Capricorn, of the devil. It comes to a 6, and it's all about like choices. So it's like, would you rather stay in the darkness and continue to feed that energy, or would you rather step into the light and feed yourself? Either one is okay, the universe says, but it's still but it's up to you, you know. Oh, okay. I just dropped something. The threshold, I think you found that line though, and you're crossing it, like not, but like in a good way. Ooh, the siren. Okay. The 10 of Cups. The heart. That's where you're on the present. Oh my god. Oh my god. So maybe this really could be like, I see 2 people. So maybe it could be someone that you're really close to and really like in love with in every sense of the word, you know. You're both rowing the boat, which is what I see in this picture. And this is like, it looks like a nest, to be honest. I can't tell what that is. Like, it's a wreath, but it's like a nest at the same time. So like in a nesting position where you're just like maybe sharing the same space or environment with like loved ones, and at the same time growing your heart. The threshold's still at the bottom. What the freak? What number is that? 1055? No. 45. So it's the X before the L. 45, 45, 45, 45. A 9. Full circle. The threshold. Okay, so this was a full circle. Crossing that threshold, crossing more into your power, you know, crossing into yourself. Not even just firepower, but just like crossing into yourself. And so the heart here in the 10 of Cups is like, because you did that, the universe is honoring you with like a nesting, a beautiful like space and environment to be with like those that you truly love. And more. So I gotta hit the mic every time. I need to breathe. But more in yourself. And I think that, what is that feeling? It's like I don't know the feeling, but I know in words, it's like being yourself around those you love is a lot more comfortable than being someone else around those you love. So I think you've reached that. Like, you cross the threshold into being yourself around those you love. And I feel like with that Scorpio energy, it opens so much more up. Like, you can, like, now there's, with the 10 and that 9 being the ending and that 10 being like the new beginning, it's like it opens a brand new chapter to what you're able to like do and achieve with those around you. That's very nice. That threshold is, I'm glad you guys crossed it, and I'm glad you guys moved into yourself. I remember reading on the threshold, and it was very interesting. Like, a threshold is very simple, like from like the end of one door to another, you know, like that line in between your room and the next room. So it's very cool. I remember reading on that, and it talks about how like it can be as simple as that, like a door space, but also thresholds have been very popular, very deeply embedded within all of history, where it's like the threshold of marriage, the threshold of like from unemployment to being employed. It's like you cross into a whole different space, right? But it's like that threshold is the important part. And then you also have to think of where you've been, and then you think of where you're going. So it's a very all-encompassed energy, but it's very cool. Um, yeah. The High Priestess is your advice. Wow. And it just came out before, but it came out again. The Siren, which fits and it sits because the Siren is water energy. It's almost like the mermaid Pisces energy, but it does get a bad rap. You know, everyone's like afraid of sirens, but they don't but you know what people don't realize? I know that the siren energy might be I don't know, there's a few things people don't realize. The siren energy might be very scary, and it's like people think that like they don't have a choice when the siren starts playing music because the music like makes them move, you know, in a sense. So they have to be attracted to the siren to go in, and then they think, oh no, the mermaid is what killed me. But at the same time, I don't know, I feel like there's also an element of like I remember reading stories on sirens and people learned how to protect themselves. And I don't know, I've never been, and I don't want to be in a situation with the real siren because they sound scary a bit, in a sense where like people, the stories people have written about them make them seem like their call, their song is just like it has to be listened to and like death is imminent from that. But it's like not, in a sense. With this, I also remember like when it comes to a lot of Pisces energy that I've encountered, like in all parts of my life with a lot of my friends, a lot of different Pisces friends that I've known, it's like sometimes I can feel like it's being pointed at me what they're saying, so I'm attracted to the song, and I allow myself to be drawn in, and I can get overly emotional about something where I think that it's like they're pointing it at me. But at the same time, it's like sometimes it's just a mirror, sometimes it's just a reflection of what's really going on inside you. So it's like, do you get called to drown in that, or do you get called to instead like learn why it's that way and then try to fix it from the inside? You know what I mean? The same thing we were just saying about the High Priestess, where oh, this is broken. So do you like, I mean, you could choose to throw it away, but like if you value it, if you care about it, if you know that there's something coming from it, would you want to take it apart and rebuild it possibly? I don't know. The advice here with the Siren and the High Priestess that I can see plainly, it's like if you're working on yourself and you're working on the inner workings, don't let anything call you out of that. Don't let anything, well, first of all, don't let anyone call you out on your name. I hear that straight up because I feel like you know the work you've done. You know the ins and the outs, and they barely even know what it looks like on the outside. So like, yeah, ma'am.
Listen, this video does not have spiders in it, but you have to come see it. Like, I don't get it. This look like, first it looks like a fun, friendly video. But once you actually see it, I can't explain.
Yeah, I can take a look at it real
Like,
quick.
by accident,
I only have a second though. Bet. Don't let anybody call you out. What was I? See that egg? It's like something you're protecting, something that's valuable. That's why I think that's why the sirens do that. Oh, that's why the sirens do. That's why I think it's a misunderstanding between like the people on the boat and the sirens. Like the sirens, I believe, are just coming from a place where this is their home, this is their environment, the whole water, and they've got like eggs and things and like their heart, they got things they're protecting down there. And so when they see something coming from above it, they don't really understand that it's people on the boat, you know, and like the natural, they don't understand. Just think talking about mermaids. So they aren't trying to like per se kill the men. Maybe some are, but like what really it is they're more so trying to protect their thing. Like you think of an animal trying to protect their other animal, or their younger, their animal children, if you will. So I don't know. It just feels like being more understanding, being more compassionate, not letting your emotions override your logic, but then just balancing it all out. And continue to build, continue to flow, to tune and adjust yourself to be understanding, and also continue to build what is as important to you. And stand in your power and know that what you're building is major, because it's a part of you, you know. That high priestess energy is like it's a part of all of us. We all have a high priestess within us. So it's a part of you. So like what you're building is important, and what you're creating is important. But it's not something that it's a part of you. You know, it's not something that can be just left behind. It's highly protected. Not even just by you, but it feels like spirit's highly protecting whatever it is that you're creating. So it's beautiful. That is beautiful. The riddle. That's what the siren felt like for a second. I said, yeah, don't let anyone call you up, but don't let anyone call you out of, like, call you away from your process too, you know. But if you are called away from your process, don't attack what's coming. Don't attack what's around you. Recognize that it's not intentional, like the same way that the men traveling across the people traveling across the water aren't intentionally trying to like hurt the siren's egg, but the siren doesn't know that, and the boaters don't know that the siren doesn't know that, and so, you know, they don't understand each other. So you just have to sort of take it slow, move slowly, and then just be understanding and compassionate to things that come your way, and be open in a sense. But be open, but like the way the high priestess is out here in the open, but also be the high priestess. Keep back what you know you need to keep to yourself. See, there's that duality. Keep back what you need to know that you keep to yourself. Build on what you know, and continue to build what you're building on your own with yourself, you know? So Knight of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups and 5 of Cups, and your future. I like the Knight of Pentacles there. It really is like not giving up hope, continuing to move. It's very beautiful. What is that all about, though? Ooh, there's a few that came out. Oh, God. The Crone. And this one's sticking out, too, so. The Crone. And the Prayer. Okay. Interesting. General Oracle cards. They've got so many different meanings. Ouch. Yeah. My clumsiness frustrates me. It's probably not even that big of a deal to anyone else, but I mean, imagine you're running through life and you're just trying to I said running, so maybe I am moving pretty fast. But imagine you're moving through life like I do, and I'm just like trying to breathe and move normally, and then I just smack my mic, smack my face, bump into this. It can be pretty frustrating sometimes being clumsy. So I'll breathe. The Crone and the Prayer. The Crone is a very wise energy, having had the experience, gotten the medallion for the experience, and it's being carried, you know, protected. It's a very interesting energy. In the Prayer, reaching for more, giving up. So maybe shedding skin, having gone through experience, right? Shedding out the old stuff and then giving it up, releasing it to build more things. In the Prayer, like the hands up. The hand is reaching for something above. The Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. the abundance, the reaching. Oh, I said 3 of Cups was like reaching like 3 doors down. So this is definitely like reaching out. And if I say 3 doors down, now I'm thinking like 3 doors up, you know, to the connection to the higher. So it's like not just reaching for a surface level version of like what. It's prayer. I'm not thinking God or religion, but it's not reaching for just like the general answer for what can solve your problem. It's like reaching beyond that. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups can also be like a celebration, a party, a communion, a joining together. So maybe like not reaching out in a way that you've done before, not just the surface level way of fixing a problem, but instead of like you're breaching the surface, going like imagine like water in a sense, I guess. So the crone reaches through the water, touches the surface, and it's like, okay, this is the solution to my problem. But now the Knight of Pentacles has a new way of doing it, and it's like, okay, we can't just touch the surface, we have to go beyond that. And I know that there's nothing to touch above that. There's nothing that you can really touch. There's nothing that you can hold on to. You can't hold on to your experience. You can't hold on to the medallions. You can't hold on to the things like the winds, you know. You can have them within you in your mind and your soul and spirit, but you can't hold on to them because you're moving somewhere much better. And there's much more stuff to reach for. So it's a different way to solve this problem, but it's a beautiful way because it gives you so much more color, first of all. It's just so much more light in your life. Much more growth. You're going to be able to be a lot more free and not have to like be responsible for, and with like even the Knight of Pentacles, it's like not be responsible for putting your wings around people as they build their fields. And then as soon as they're done, like they're just moving on and you're still there like protecting a field that they've already moved on from. It's like you're going to be the one taking on your own journey, tending to your own fields, and then being guided and protected through that. I mean, I knew it was coming. Sneeze was so annoying. Either ways, let me get y'all out of here. We're going to give you your last card of the wisdom and the oracle. I've never seen the voice recorder go past an hour. Jesus. Oh, okay. Oh, even the video. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. You know how it be? Alright. So where are we going from here? Because we come from breathe. We come from like taking slow, breathing, connecting to ourselves. So where are we going from here? Where do we see us going from here? No place like, all that glitters comes out on the bottom. We gotta talk about that. And that's that prayer energy. You see, it kind of matches that ethereal and beyond, that face there, that face above. There's glitter, and there's, look at that, that's the ocean. That's what you know. That's the surface. You reach up to the top of that surface, you got all the coins you need to solve your problem, all the money, all the earthly possessions to solve your problem, right? But it's not going to work that way this time. You can't solve your problem like that. So what you're going to do is have to reach above that. 16, the tower, break down an old structure. Literally take all these coins, throw them. The crone here only has like one. And it can feel so bad. It feels so bummy to lose all those coins, you know. But reach above. There's something way beyond that's meant for you. And that you shine so much beautifully through. Other than like these physical, mundane things. All that glitters is not gold. It don't even look like gold. It look like shiny sand, you know? People can dress anything up to be anything they want to. Everyone's a magician. You can dress up anything the way you want it to. But you're reaching for real gold. Like, I was even talking about today, like, when we were talking, I was listening to another astrologer, and and I was with my sister, and we were talking about gold, and it was just like, it's funny, because, like, money, like, is imaginary. Like, I know it's not. I know we use it. Because that's how we're built as a society. That's how our structures. That's what our tower is built on, money. But money, like we print, like that's what he said in the video. He said we print it. We just print as much as we want, or as little as we want. So it's like, where does the value really lie? You know. And even still, like, I know that said a lot, but even still, like, I also learned that we used to use gold to equate like our money values with that. But once we started printing so much money, once we advanced and learned how to print money in a faster, quicker way, I'm pretty sure they found a cheaper way to do it. And like, I don't know, once we lessened that value, we made more money because we wanted more and more abundance, more and more, all this like only money. I believe we made more money than we had gold in the world. So it was like it outweighed. Money was then all of a sudden obsolete. Like it didn't really have a value because we connected it with gold, and that was how we kept it grounded. But instead we moved past that and we just printed more. So they had to find something else to be the standard. So it was no longer like the gold standard that was backing up money. It was like, I think they call it fiat. It was like the fiat system or something like that, where it was just like very imaginary. It's like we have to like make something up. So it's like they're going to continue to make things up with money, continue to make things up with value, but that's why. And when they do that, they pull the rug underneath your feet, and then you have no ground left to stand on. That's why all that glitters really is not gold, because sometimes not even gold is gold. But what you reach for, and look how this even lifted, like you taking yourself, but you're still planted. I love that, but you're just hanging above. Like you're being placed above a lot of stuff. And that 5 change structures, like you have your own structure, your own sense of value. You're gonna have, I can't see much with this, but I love, if you're seeing this, definitely check out, I don't know which reading it was, but we started off with No Place Like Home in one of our readings. And I will put that in the description, but it's very cool. It's very cool. And I talked to, that moon has like that spiral of like the human, and I forget, like the perfect human anatomy type of spiral, you know, that thing. So maybe within No Place Like Home, you see how the light shine, like the call coming from the inside, like your light literally shines from inside of you. There's nothing outside of you that's much more valuable to yourself than you, you know? Like, of course, things are valuable and important, but you have to realize that your light shines from within first. But coming back to that, you're going to be coming back to a very beautiful place, coming back to your home, coming back to feeling more comfort with yourself, coming back to, I don't know, seeing yourself truly, being more in touch with yourself and your inside, your emotions, your mind, your heart and your soul, all those things. Still rooted though. There's something else I liked about this, but I couldn't remember it. That's okay though. As the 5 has changed, the 50 is a big change. It's changed, plus spirit backing you up. So yeah, like I think it's beautiful. I think you're going. Yeah, check out that reading because it started with this card, so that might be like a continuation. This might be like before that. I don't know. This is very beautiful. I hope it helps. I love these late night readings, and I just see that you're like Knight of Pentacles is finding a new home within themselves. So I mean, you're doing the right thing. I didn't even notice. You're in the past, you were the page. In the future, you're a knight. That's nice. Because learning, but now the universe is giving you the wheels, the motion. The universe is giving you the vehicle to actually move things forward because you found your solace and your peace within yourself. The universe trusts you to handle this vehicle well and trusts you to move in a sense where you're building better for yourself. And they're always there watching the way this moon is. There's a face on the moon always watching, always making sure you're good, keeping up and stuff. But you're able to move on your own now. And I think that's going to be really like liberating and beneficial. Definitely. I hope it helps. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on the notifications, all those things. Again, I hope you guys are feeling well. I hope you guys are safe. And I hope you guys enjoy the 10 of Cups in your present. Please enjoy it, because the present truly is a gift. And all while you hear the advice and you hear your future outcome, that'll come no matter what. What you have to do is focus on you now and enjoy that. So that should be really cool. I don't see much else here, so I bid you guys adieu. Go drink water, go eat, go stay safe. Go drink water, go eat, go enjoy yourselves, and yeah, have a good night or a good day, because this is a late night, so have a good day. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one though. Bye guys.